Okay, well it's not November 27th yet, but I decided to record a video about this week just to talk about it. And if you wanted to get ahead a little bit, you could do that in preparing for your differentiation with technology assignment. So this week's activities include some readings on differentiation for learning, and you're going to learn about this from Tomlinson herself. And so that's one of the articles, and also differentiate instruction inclusive strategies. And then there's a differentiating instruction additional article for graduate students. So read and pin on those. This will be your last week for pinning on your reading, so that's nice. The semester is winding down. Then you'll have a discussion on differentiation with technology. So discuss some of the benefits that technology offers to allow differentiation of learning. How could technology help a teacher improve differentiation practices in his or her classroom? This is an important part of differentiation, of course, for this class because it's a classroom technology class. And so, of course, I'm going to ask you to use technology to be the main vehicle or the main way that you differentiate learning in your lesson planning that you do. What are some potential issues that could come up when a teacher uses technology to differentiate learning often? And then remember to post by Wednesday and respond to 2 other students' posts by the end of the week. So that will be your discussion. Remember, readings, have a pin on Pinterest, plus if you're a graduate student, you have 1 comment you need to make on someone else's. But with the discussion, you post by Wednesday. Well, actually, both of them you post by Wednesday. And then on the discussion, though, what's different is that you respond to 2 other students' posts by the end of the week. And on Pinterest, that's not required. You can just post or comment on 1 person's pin. And then you'll have some Tech Talk videos that will be ready for you by the time the week starts and moving forward that you can watch. Make sure that if you have not signed up and completed your 2 required Tech Talk videos for graduate students or 1 for undergraduate, that you do that. I'll make sure that there are some open slots to sign up for Tech Talk, if enough for students who haven't done it yet for this week's class. So you'll have to sign up in this week though, because it's the last week to prepare these. And that's about it for the activities for this week. But I did just want to go back to the differentiation assignment a little bit more. That will be due at the end of December 9th and talk about that. So remember, for the assignment, you choose a general student age and grade, and you basically write a lesson plan for how to meet that standard with that age and grade, a standard with that age and grade. And then when you've designed your basic lesson plan, which is your basic learning experience for your average student, it's time to differentiate. You pick 2 different students who differ from the rest of the class on readiness level, interest, or mode of learning, and tell how they differ from the students, and then describe a tool or technology that could be used to help these 2 students to learn the subject matter differently. And then you give a timeline of activities that is different from your main lesson plan, showing how these 2 students would learn differently with technology, but at the same time as the other students in the class. So that's the idea anyway. You have a timeline for your general class. This is my general lesson plan for all of my students. It's just like a normal lesson plan that you might create. But then you add a couple of things. You add 1 for 1 student, 1 new timeline in which they will use technology to help to differentiate the instruction for them. And then another student, and the same thing, you'll add another timeline for that 3rd student, or the 2nd differentiated student anyway, and add that in as well. So that will give you an opportunity to try out some thinking about technology and differentiation of learning in this assignment. And at the end of it, you'll submit a 5 to 8 minute presentation on your differentiation strategies and technologies. And so make sure that you do submit that. You can use Screencast-O-Matic or PowerPoint Record to record that presentation, and you're going to record these things about the assignment that it lists here.